If you're watching this, you're probably in pain. Maybe she left without warning. Maybe she slowly drifted away. Either way, you feel lost, confused, angry, and maybe even worthless. And you came here with one question: how do I get her back? But I'm going to tell you something you didn't expect to hear. Getting her back? That's not the real goal. The real goal is getting yourself back. Because right now, you've lost more than a girl. You've lost your center. And that's where we start. Most guys make the same mistake when they feel a woman slipping away. They panic. They start texting constantly. Double texting. Apologizing for everything. Offering promises to change. They try to prove their love. But all that does is scream desperation. And here's what no one tells you. Desperation doesn't create attraction. It creates pressure. And pressure makes people run. You have to understand something. There's a big difference between vulnerability and neediness. Vulnerability is when you say, "I still care about you," or "I miss what we had." It's honest, raw, and powerful. But when you text her at 1 a.m. asking if she still loves you, when you blow up her phone after no reply, when you spiral emotionally just because she didn't respond, you're not being vulnerable. You're being emotionally dependent. And nothing repels a woman faster than emotional neediness. You think being persistent is romantic. You think chasing is proof of love. But chasing her only tells her one thing: that your entire identity is tied to her approval. And that's not love. That's fear. Real love doesn't beg. Real love stands tall and says, "I care about you, but I care about myself too." Now let's talk about boundaries. This is the part that separates boys from men. Most guys, when they feel like they're losing her, lower their standards. They allow her to ignore them, ghost them, cancel plans last minute, and they still stick around, hoping she'll notice, hoping she'll come back. But you're not a doormat. You're not a backup option. And you sure as hell aren't someone who tolerates disrespect. A man with boundaries says, "If you're not meeting me with the same energy, I'm not chasing you." A man with boundaries doesn't wait around for breadcrumbs. He walks away when he knows he deserves more. And guess what? That boundary is what makes you attractive again. When you value yourself, people start valuing you. When you stop chasing, they start noticing. Because here's the truth. People don't want what's always available. They want what's rare. And a man with boundaries, that's rare. Now let's dig into the mindset shift. Right now, you're living in scarcity. Scarcity says, "She was the one." Scarcity says, "No one will love me like she did." Scarcity keeps you stuck, frozen in the past, clinging to a memory. But I need you to hear this. She was not the only one. She was just the one who made sense for who you were, not who you're about to become. Because when you shift from scarcity to abundance, everything changes. Abundance says, "I'm a high-value man. If she walks, someone better will show up." Abundance doesn't chase. Abundance attracts. And here's the kicker. When you truly stop needing her back, that's when she starts wondering what changed. Not because you're playing games, but because you've become a man who values himself enough to not settle for someone who couldn't choose him. Still obsessing over her. Still replaying every word she said, every text, every fight. Let me tell you something brutal but true. You're not addicted to her. You're addicted to how she made you feel. You're addicted to the highs and lows, to the fantasy, to the version of her you created in your head. And until you let go of that illusion, you'll stay stuck in a loop where nothing gets better. The loop only breaks when you stop asking, "Why did she leave?" and start asking, "Why did I lose myself?" Right now, your job is to become someone so focused on his own path that you don't even have time to stalk her stories. Someone so obsessed with growth that your past starts to feel small. Hit the gym, not to impress her, but to remember who the hell you are. Build your mind, fix your habits, cut off the junk. Focus on your health, your grind, your circle. You want to know what's attractive? A man with direction, a man with discipline, a man who's not waiting for someone to choose him, because he's already chosen himself. Let me be clear. This isn't about pretending. This isn't about playing it cool. It's about becoming so rooted in your value that her attention becomes optional. You stop caring about whether she likes your post, whether she texts back, whether she's dating someone else, because you're not here to react. You're here to rise. And if she ever comes back, you won't be the same man she left. She won't even recognize you. You won't need her to feel like a man, because you already are one. And if she doesn't come back, good. That chapter served its purpose. It woke you up. You want real power? Stop hoping she calls you, and start becoming someone she couldn't forget even if she tried. There's a reason why silence is so powerful. It creates curiosity. It creates tension. But more than that, it gives you space to remember who you are without her. The goal isn't to make her miss you. The goal is to build a life so damn fulfilling that she becomes a distant memory in a story that's still being written. You're not here to win her back. You're here to win yourself back. Let that sink in. Now listen, this isn't an overnight fix. This takes time. It takes guts. It takes consistency. There will be nights where you want to text her, mornings where you feel empty. But that's the process. That's the detox. That's what healing looks like. And every time you choose silence over desperation, discipline over comfort, growth over old patterns, you win. You become a man of gravity, a man people respect, a man women notice. But more importantly, a man who doesn't need to be noticed to feel complete. So what's next? You rebuild, you reflect, you grow, not for her, not to prove anything, but because you deserve that version of you. And one day, whether it's her or someone better, someone's gonna walk into your life and say, "Damn, where were you hiding?" And in that moment, you'll realize she didn't break you. She built you.